Hello and welcome back to GT Retro World. Well, today we're going to be revisiting a radio that I reviewed way back in December 2024, and it was the Moonraker Titan, and this was the radio. And this is the one I am about to review now, which is obviously 2025, as you can see. Very similar boxes. In fact, these boxes are identical. Same specifications on the back, as you can see there, guys. So this is the new one. The rear of the box. Again, if you want to look at these specifications, go back to 2024 December when I did this video. It's probably one of my biggest videos, to be honest, to date. I think it made about 17,000 views, which is quite high for my little channel. But anyway, I'll go through a few of the improvements that have been done, and to be honest, there were the improvements, so we'll go through those anyway. These are the manuals. This manual here is my manual that came with the radio in December. I've put GT in the top right hand corner there so we don't get them mixed up. These two manuals, by the way, let's have a little look, are identical spec for spec. Yeah, okay, so I've been through these. I spent nearly half an hour going through checking them out, but like I say, these two are identical. Okay, so we've got identical boxes and we've got identical manuals. Okay. Right, yesterday I was talking to a local, another Neil, M0MJT, and we went through a few of the bands and mainly the modes. Now, the biggest problem with this radio was the FM deviation was absolutely super quiet. Now, it didn't really bother me as such, because to be honest, I was always messing about with SSB with it. You know, I mean, you've seen a couple of videos with me using it anyway, and to be fair, I was quite happy with that. But this new Mark II, or improved version, I think they're going to be calling it the Mark II anyway. Well, anyway, the Mark II version, the FM deviation is absolutely spotless, and I mean, it's loud. I mean, at one point I was always getting told I was too loud, so there you go. Okay, so that's one big problem out the way. Also, if you're at the UK 40, you've got 2 5s in there now, so you bang on frequency for your UK 40, so that keeps everyone happy as well, so that's been programmed correctly. But anyway, what we'll do now, we'll go through the radio and a few of the differences I've noticed cosmetic wise and also how it performs. Okay, let's have a look what's included with this radio. Again, I'll go into this in a bit more detail in December, so it's going to be very similar type of thing. So this is the power lead. Again, it's identical to the version 1, so we'll put that over there. A little bag of goodies, 16 amp fuse, mic holder, thumb screws for the side of the radio, and some self tappers for driving that mic holder into your dashboard, etc. Again, that's the same mobile mount. You can see there, guys, exactly the same as what we have on the version 1, and like I said with the manual, identical. So I'll give you a quick look through anyway, just a quickie, but I've already done this once. I don't want to make this extra boring for you, because you've probably already seen it in the version 1 from December, which I keep repeating too much. Anyway, that's for selecting your bands, obviously. Like I say, plenty of instructions there. I've got the specifications, and that's all you're going to need from this. What we'll do next, we're going to show you the differences between these two radios before I power it up. So I'll start with the rear first. Was this cap on the SO239. That wasn't there on the version 1. Why it's there, I don't know. But anyway, it's a nice little touch, I suppose. Heatsink's identical, as you can see. Let's get this up here. Yeah, both identical. Things get a bit more interesting on the side. You see there, guys, we have gone from a 4-pin mic socket to a 6-pin mic socket. So whether that's to power the mic, I'm not too sure, but there you go. That could be the audio upgrade that we've got. So that's that. The sides are the same. You can see there, guys, both sides are identical. Now the front looks identical. This is version 1. Yeah. Now if you have a look at this decal, or not a decal as such, it's like etched on, isn't it? Yeah, the Titan, yeah. See that there, guys? That's version 1. We'll go to version 2. Now this is where I quite like this, quite neat. It's like a gel. Yeah, so that Moonraker is slightly raised, and so is the Titan. I don't know if you can get that on there, but you can feel it, it's actually a little bit raised. But other than that, that is the differences cosmetic wise. So yeah, a few little differences there. Right, okay, let's get the mount on this and power it up. I nearly forgot about the microphone there, as you can see. version 2 microphone, version 1 microphone, both identical. Obviously the only thing that differs with these two is the microphone plug, 4-pin, 6-pin. Okay guys, happy with that? So that's, like I say, that's the differences we've got there. Anyway, let's plug this in. Okay, we'll start off with the most commonly asked question from the previous video, and that was how to select the bands. So we'll do that now. So basically it's hold the microphone PTT in, as you can see there guys, the EMG button on the right hand side, top there, and basically fire it up. Okay, there we go. At the moment we're in HF mode, which is 25.615 to 30.105 megahertz. Okay, and if we spin the channel selector, we've got BR, which isn't actually noted in the manual, but that's for Brazil. I think it's 80 Brazilian channels. Okay, then we have 10, which is the 10 meter band, and that covers 28 megahertz to 29.700 megahertz. Okay, we've got 12H, which is 12 meter band. It's 24.500 to 26.405. Then we have the CB band, which is basically like a multi-norms type of CB. So what we'll do, we'll actually select that, because to be honest, it's quite important, I think, to a lot of you guys. Right, so to select that, PTT straight in, leave go, and there we go. We're on 27.225. If we hold the mode button in, it shows there that we're in EU. Okay, so that's your EU 40. Hold that in again, or should I say it's a band mode button. Okay, so we've got EU, EC, 1, no idea, 2, E1, Poland, and this is your UK. That's your US FCCs. Okay, so we go back to UK. Now this was a bit of an issue with this previous radio. We're on 27.811, which is channel 22 UK FM, but now we have the decimal 25 at the end, so we bang on frequency for the UK. If we go to channel 19, 27.781.25, so she's bang on. Yeah, okay, so that cleared that up. Yeah, so everyone's happy with that, and it works fine. I've tried it, no problem there whatsoever. So let's have a look at the features and controls. Bottom left hand corner we have on and off button, as you can see there guys. That's your volume and that's your squelch. So on and off and squelch, bottom left hand corner. Here we have the RF gain and RF power. Okay, channel selector, band and mode button. We're on FM at the moment. You can see there we're on the UK. We can change between whatever we want. We've shown you that already. So we're on FM at the moment. Upper side band, lower side band, AM, CW, and this is your PA as well. It's a little bit naughty anyway, because obviously we use SSB on the UK 40. Just be careful what you're doing guys. Right, here we have a clarifier. There you go guys. And also, if you hold that in, we can change the steps. Okay, so that's your controls along the bottom. So here we have the function button. Again, that takes us deep into the deep menus, which hold that in. Again, all these I've shown you in full detail on the video from December, so if you have a look, you'll see that there if you want to have a proper look. Nothing's really changed. So come back out of there. Here we have display colours. So we've gone from like a light blue to like a purple, orange, light blue, green, darker blue, yellowy colour, and back to that nice blue, which I quite like. Okay, here we have dual watch, off. If you hold that in, display completely off and back on. Hold in, quick press for scan, scan list. We're not squelched up, so it's not going to scan. So if I just squelch that up, there we go. There you go, you can see it's scanning now. Okay, stop that. Over here we have the noise reduction. That's on, off. Hold in, it'll lock the radio. There you go, lock on, lock off. Here we have echo and emergency channels. So quick press, channel 9, 19, and back to channel 34 where we were. Hold that in, it'll activate echo, which is your delay on your audio, which actually sounds quite nice if you like that sort of thing. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? I don't bother, but it's there anyway. So that's off. Here we have 10K shift. Back off again. Hold that in. That'll bring your high cut in. That's off. Here we have the annoying beep, which we're going to turn off. Hold that in again, and you got your Roger beep. So that's Roger beep on and off. So that's basically there, guys, is a quick brief look at this radio. Okay, time to do a quick power test. Right, now last year, as you know, although this was quoted 40 watts on the back, Moonraker claimed it was doing about 35. Obviously, I beg to differ with that, so there you go, it was doing a bit more. So apparently this Mark II version is doing 40 watts now, even though version 1 high I've got does more than 40 watts, just I think around about 45 watts. So what we'll do first, we'll go through the same procedure obviously on the old Maplin, same channel, same frequency, and we'll go through the modes and we'll check out if anything's differed or whatever. So what we'll do first, we'll go on the 5 watt scale, we'll turn this down to low power. So on FM, low power, before we had just under a watt. So right, we've got bang on 2 watts now on low power. So there you go. So that's a good start, isn't it, I suppose? So we've 2 watts on low power on FM. Okay. Right, so what we'll do next, we'll just turn this power all the way up, go to the 120 watt scale. So previously we had around 45 watts, if I remember rightly. So let's have a little look. So there you go, we're doing just over 55 watts now. Yeah, Foxtrot mic. Again, that's a good jump up, isn't it? Definitely, that's about a 10 watt on Mark 1, that's for sure. Right, AM. So AM full power was 10 watts on the previous Mark 1 version. Mark 2 is, let's get on that scale, get on the 20 watt scale. We're doing 15 watts now. So just a fraction under 15 watts there on high power on AM. Low power, let's back it off a bit. Let's see if we can get something a bit clearer on there. Just over 2 watts, okay. So 15 watts on AM, so that's going to drive most of the amplifiers. In fact, it's probably going to overdrive them, to be honest, so you might have to bring that down a tad. But can you see there, that's actually nicer, the variable on that, than the Mark II. There's not much skipping. That is actually better. So there's a bit of an improvement there on the Mark on the Mark II over the Mark 1. Yeah, that is a lot nicer, that, like. I'm unsure why that is, but it is anyway. There's not that much skipping. Right, anyway, let's put that full up and let's give up sideband and lower sideband a go. Right, upper sideband, full tilt. Wow, woo, woo! That's peaking over 60 watts, that, like. Again, it's going to be the same on LSB. Or low sideband. Wow, woo! I'm a bit gobby me, like, so obviously I'm getting a bit more out with this. Woo! Wow! Yeah, so previously I had 50 watts on sidebands. This is doing about 10 watts more across the board, apart from obviously so that's a bit of a jump there, isn't it, to be honest? Well, I did notice yesterday when I was chatting to, like, say, Neil, who helped me out with the tests and whatnot, it was getting rather warm on the back. Not scalding, it was just warm, do you know what I mean? A lot warmer than me Mark 1. And I've noticed as well, on my little Mark 1, I normally use a little 12 to 15 amp power supply. It's an old Maplin thing, but it works a treat for that. But I've noticed I get a bit more of a buzz, so it's taking it to its limits, that's for sure. So you're probably going to want a bit more than 12 amps, I think, I would recommend anyway. Because I'm unsure if you can hear it. Let's have a little listen. I'll go back to FM. Hear that there, guys? Yeah, the power supply is definitely getting a bit more of a whack there, like, that's for sure. Yeah, I should have really just seen what the draw was. I should try that maybe in another test. But yeah, on a whole, this radio is performing extremely well. Like I say, they've ironed out the programming with the software for the UK frequencies. The audio's absolutely spot on now on Foxtrot mic, if that's your thing. It was never a problem with SSB. I'll tell you what else I've noticed what's quite nice with this as well, but I'm unsure how much it has changed. We'll have to run it back to back. The noise reduction, it doesn't seem as watery. I thought the Mark 1 had decent noise reduction, but this seems to be a little bit more improved. Again, I've only had this literally a day, so I'm still trying to find the differences between the two. But I will report back in the next week or two. I'll give it a bit more of a thrashing. Nothing's been upset. It's still a great little radio. It's just the problems it had have been ironed out. And for £139, or is it just short of £140? It's gone up a bit. It's worth every last penny. in my opinion. It's just 'cause the size and the display is nice on your eye, you know. I just find it, it's a good little set. You know, I mean, it's not going to break any molds, but for the price, I don't think there's a lot to touch it, to be fair. And I don't think these are going to hang around a lot. They're showing stock at the moment. I think they've got a good few in, what I've been told. I think they're going to sell well. Obviously, these are going to sell globally, and that's what Moonraker do. So you've got more power, you've got a slightly better noise reduction in my opinion. It's programmed correctly now for the UK40, so you've got your decimal 2.5, so that keeps that clean. And the big one is the FM audio. Again, I've been getting great reports with that, no problem whatsoever. SSB is fine. And what I'll do a bit more with this over the next week or two. So hopefully this radio is fully ironed out. And for the money, I think it's an absolute bargain, to be fair. I still really do. I mean, I rated the Mark 1 because I was a big SSB user, but this is, like I say, a next step forward. And the lads at Moonraker have done a fantastic job of ironing this out with the factory. Like I say, it was just a few little issues, and it's great. Yeah, I do like it, without a doubt. Anyway, guys, I won't waffle on it anymore. If you want to check the video out in the bottom left hand corner, it's from the previous version I did in December 2024. Not a lot's changed, it's just been improved. I think it's going to be called the Mark 2. If you want to check out more of its facilities and in-depth on the menus and whatnot, and listen to the echo and the Roger beeps and whatnot that are in there, check that video out. Anyway guys, hopefully it has been of some use, and thumbs up for the channel wouldn't go amiss. Even a thumbs down will do me. They both seem to work, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.